Into the business end of the World Cup we head now, with USA taking on Belgium for a place in the quarterfinals. Who, of course, will go home? Who, of course, will go through? We're going to get into that. Much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look at the last 16 encounter between the US of A and Belgium. That's right, with a place into the final 8 up for grabs. Who, of course, will take it? Who, of course, will go home? We'll get into that in just 1 second. If you know where you've been, though, smash your subscribe. You want some shot for Plap and Rovers World Cup previews. That's right, we're previewing this one right here, right now. Of course, coming at you this Monday with a spot in the last 8 up for grabs. But before we do that, big shout out to my members and the patrons. You know who you are. Of course, can we get 80 likes? We're looking for 80 likes on these videos. Likes for the nations that started this World Cup, likes for the nations that are still here, of course, likes for the ones that have already gone home, including one of these two are going to go home. That's right. Will it be USA? Will it be Belgium? Of course, a spot in the final 8 up for grabs. It's coming at you at the Seattle field in Washington on the 6th of July. That's right. Of course, the USA coming into this on the back of 3 wins of the last 4 matches. The Belgians unbeaten so far in this World Cup. Maybe going under the radar, maybe a little bit stagnant, but of course, they still got a plethora of talent on the books here for Belgium. Of course, coming into this one then, let's take a look at how we got here with the US of A. That's right, they qualified as hosts indeed. They secured their spot on the 14th of Feb 2023. It's the 12th World Cup. 2022 was the last. They're here on a streak of 2 successive tournaments with their best ever, all the way back in the original in 1930, where they finished in 3rd place. They are managed by Mauricio Pochettino, with a captain Tim Ream at the back there, with a VIP Christian Pulisic pulling the strings. They're ranked 16th for the World Cup coming into this one. But what are their hopes and dreams coming into this? Well, here and now, they're going to be looking at these guys, the squad of the USA, the likes of Freese between the sticks, the likes of Richards at the back, Freeman. They're starting to become ever-present. Some familiar names to those unfamiliar with the USA set. We've got Tyler Adams, Westmond and McKinney. They're going to be without the key man, though, up top, Florian Balogun, who's been scoring goals for fun so far. So opportunity knocks for the likes of maybe Haji Wright or maybe Ricardo Pepi. So we're going to take a look at it. But the key men, of course, some standouts so far for the USA have included Balogun with his 3 goals, Freeman with his most passes, 225 for him for the campaign at this World Cup. We've also got Pulisic, just the 1 assist. That is the biggest or the highest assist maker in this squad right here, right now. He is the face of the USA. He's yet to really burst onto the scene. He's been blighted with injury, but maybe he'll step up to the plate here and now when the USA need him. Also, Weston McKinney, the engine of this squad, run around 45 kilometers so far in this competition. But we're going to look something along these lines for the USA coming into this with a 4-1-4-1 sort of formation, with Freese between the sticks, Robinson, of course, on the books of Fulham. We've got Ream, Richards and Freeman at the back. We've got Pulisic on the left, Dest on the right. We've got Adams holding the middle there, with Tillman and McKinney in those supporting roles behind Pepi, who will lead the line in this matchup. That's, of course, the USA. What about their opponents? Well, we'll get to those in just a second. We'll showcase you how the USA got here. They finished top of the pops in Group D, ahead of Australia, Paraguay and Turkey. 3 of those 4 nations making it through to the round 32. We said goodbye to Australia already. Paraguay, of course, kept up with the USA, making it into the round of 16. But that's for another video. But let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, take a look at Belgium, who qualified as a UEFA Group J winners. They secured the spot on the 18th of November 2025. This is their 15th tournament. 2022 was the last. They've been here on 4 successive tournaments, stretching back to those one maybe in Russia. 3rd place finish was their best back in 2018. Rudi Garcia is the manager. They were captain Yuri Tillmanens, trying to keep this Belgique side in this competition. The VIP for me is Romelu Lukaku, and they're ranked 9th in the World Cup at the moment. They're going to be looking to these guys, of course, familiar names for the Belgians, of course, out there, with of course, Courtois between the sticks, one of the best keepers on the planet. We've got Meunier at the back, Castagna, De Cupier. You've also got Nathan Ngoy as well, who had a bit of a rough start to this World Cup. Meanwhile, into the midfield, like De Bruyne, could be his last game here. Tillmanens, of course, the natural successor to Kevin De Bruyne. Meanwhile, Lukaku, Trossard, Doku, with some difference makers up top. Speaking of difference makers, Lukaku already got himself 2 goals so far in this competition. Brandon Mikel has been the VIP at the back, pulling some strings from the defensive line. Meanwhile, De Bruyne has had 18 attempts on goal. That's the most for this Belgic squad. And Tillmanens has been the engine of this squad. That's right. So locking horns with him and Weston McKinney, it looks like, in the middle of the park there. Let's take a look then at the starting 11. We're going to go with Courtois, De Cupier, Tiata, Michel, Castagna. We've got Tillmans, Van Aken, we've got Doku on the left, Trossard on the right, De Bruyne supporting Dikalakali. But of course, Lukaku getting the goals, maybe used as a super sub. He's definitely a game changer coming into this matchup. Let's take a look then how we got here, of course, or the end product by the Belgique. They did finish top of the pops in Group G, which did include Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Of course, level on points with Egypt, both nations here in the last 16. So maybe this boring group, as people had labelled it, there might have been something in this, in the woodwork, in the fivers of this group. So Belgium will go through here and now with Egypt to the round of 16, and maybe one of those nations could make it through to the quarterfinals.
Somebody at the door. Oh my. Who could it be? Wow. 2 packages from Fanatics. Unbelievable.
Thanks again, Fanatics, for hooking me up with these lovely looking shirts. Each and every one of these and much more are available at the Black Rose Seas storefront. Link should have been at the bottom of the screen there, also in the description down below. But back to you, Dirk, at the studio. Alright then, folks, these two nations have played each other, according to my data, about 7 times since records began. 6 wins for Belgium, just 1 win for the USA. 15 goals for the Belgique compared to the 8 for the USA. They last played, it was a 5-2 win way back, actually this year, March 28th, 2026. It was a friendly, maybe a bit of a build-up to this World Cup. The USA's last victory, if I can get it, was all the way back in 1930. Is that right? All the way back in 1930. That was the one and only win. It was a 3-0 win. Records, they do exist. They go all the way back, nearly 100 years since they last picked up the victory against Belgium. Meanwhile, the squads, though, very similar or similar-ish compared to those record books. 547 million for that of Belgium, 385 million for that of the USA. USA have a younger squad compared to the Belgians, and they have 20 of their players playing outside the MLS. As for Belgium, they have 23 of the 26 playing outside the Jupiler League. Meanwhile, of course, the win index favours Belgium, but only slightly. 36%, the USA 35. The draw's at 29. Nobody knows on this one. It's that difficult to call. Even in the old split opinion here, of course, on the public vote on the channel. Big shout out to you guys for coming back. 3,700 making the picks here. 56% of you have gone with the USA. 44% have gone with Belgium on this one. What about me? Well, I'll tell you about me in just 1 second. Before me, let's take a look at the bracketology here. Of course, this is the pathway so far for the US and Belgium. Of course, they now meet here in the last 16. The winner of this will take on the winner of Portugal and Spain in the quarterfinals. That's right, for a space in the semis, of course. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we, on this one? Let's take a look, of course, at my take on this massive game for both nations as they try to secure a spot in the last 8. So, yeah, Belgium got here. They made it the hard way, came back from 2-0 down. And maybe that's going to be the momentum or the kick up the arse, should we say, for this Belgique side to show that, you know what, despite a bit of a stagnant World Cup, you know, not the greatest group on performance-wise, they are here. They, of course, now have a shot at the quarterfinals with the stars on the agenda. They've got De Bruyne, they've got Tielemans, they've got Doku, Lukaku, they've got Courtois, they've got 5, you know, arguably quality players that would fit in a lot of teams around the world these days. As for the USA, it's a bit of the opposite. They've got a bit of a team chemistry going on. That seems to be the driving force for this team. They've got no superstar standouts. Yes, Pulisic may be the face of the USA, but will he be able to be the difference maker on the grand stage? I think with the home venue, with, of course, the momentum behind the USA, I think they are the team to watch out for in this quarterfinals, or potential quarterfinals, if they can get there. The Belgians will give them a game. I don't know if it's going to be something that's similar to the Senegal game where they come back from beyond, but I think the USA will have to. They're going to grit this. It's going to be tough. This is the hardest game the USA have faced in the history books. So if they can do it, tremendous. I'm going to go with a squeaky 2-1 win here for the USA to nick it and go through to the quarterfinals. And of course, after this, it's a free hit. Can they, of course, continue their journey? But of course, we'll have to wait and see. As for the Belgians, it's time to hand up the boots for the likes of De Bruyne and possibly even Lukaku. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's, of course, my prediction for this upcoming game. Make sure you check out the prediction for the cat and also the ping pong balls. I've got their own crazy way of predicting the outcome of this match and all matches at this World Cup. Of course, make sure you subscribe, smash the like wherever you are, of course, as we continue our journey throughout this 2026 World Cup. Until then, though, I'll see you soon when we return, whenever that is. But until then, we are done.